Previously on Fantastic Publishing.
About the iconic house from 1982's Poltergeist is now available on Airbnb. Commercial photography is not allowed, and filming on this property is not allowed for commercial purposes. No ghost hunting or seances. Sooner or later, a little video pops up somewhere where people ignore the idea that they can't do any commercial filming.
They're here.
Two channels who had gone to the Poltergeist house, filmed and released on YouTube. Okay, neither of them are ghost hunters. They are both film fans. They are horror fans. What I also think is inevitable, sooner or later, somebody is going to, whether it's filmed or whether it's word of mouth or a vlog or whatever it is, somebody's going to come up with a haunting story. And that's going to open up a whole new can of worms.
Yeah, it's a classic story of we don't have to tell the truth. We can make shit up and just put it out there, and it'll take care of itself. It'll go viral itself, and people will just want to stay here, and they'll create the narrative. They will build and evolve the narrative so that we don't have to do anything, except sit back and collect a paycheck.
So a few weeks ago, I started looking at the commercialization of the paranormal, and specifically with regard to YouTubers that were going out into the big wide world, creating games and buying properties, etc. Doing all this, what came to my attention was the house that was used in the 1982 movie Poltergeist. The house that was used as a movie set, I will reinforce, was now available to stay at as an Airbnb. They were very clear that they didn't want any commercial filming or photography, and that they didn't want any ghost hunting or conjuring of spirits or anything like that. But during that first video, I did say it's inevitable. Sooner or later, ghost stories are going to start. People are going to start wanting to go in, even if they do it sneakily. A week or two later, I come across two horror movie vloggers who visit the house and stay there and film inside and out, looking at it in terms of it as a set for the horror movie. They weren't ghost investigating, they were just looking at it as a set. And they're two very good videos, and you can go back to my video to see that one. And if you are into horror movies, I actually would recommend both of those channels. But in that video, I still said, it's inevitable. Sooner or later, the ghost hunters are going to turn up and it's going to start happening. Not everybody agreed with me, but I was adamant. It is going to happen. Guess what? It's happened. The Poltergeist house has been hit by Barrier Beyond. Now, Barrier Beyond are already under the spotlight of the debunkers. For example, Crow of Judas has already covered an episode of what their investigations. They've also done investigating with Zach Bagans, and if you've seen my original post, the B&B does use a Zach Bagans quote as part of its advertising because he has been there before in the past. Barry Beyond have also investigated with them, and now this could be a coincidence that they happen to have gone to the Poltergeist house. They could have had help, they could have just booked it and told them what they were doing, and they were like, oh, okay, why not? They could have offered more money. I don't know how they got hold of the Poltergeist house, but they're not a tiny channel, so this isn't going to go under the radar. And this is an hour-long video. Now, I was just going to use the video in terms of the fact that ghost hunters are now in the Conjuring house, but then I started watching it, and at the very beginning we have a little montage of the investigation, and there was one bit in particular that caught my attention, and I thought, no, I need to react to this video generally.
So Heather, are you with us?
Yes.
Ma!
I'm getting chills. Oh my god. Oh!
Yep, they brought Heather O'Rourke into it, but we'll get back to that. Let's start with their introduction to the video on their way to the Poltergeist house.
This is a movie we grew up watching, and now we are going to be and investigate inside the Poltergeist house, where human skeletons were used during this movie, where a curse is said to be created at. Like I don't even know what to do or what to say, because in the movie the house was built over a cemetery.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But this land, there's actually the Chumash Native Americans.
So, just for clarification, I'm watching this as I go along. I haven't watched the whole video. I'm reacting to it piece by piece. So what you've got here is instantly tying it to the movie, to the curse, to the fact they used real skeletons in the movie, and also it's Native American land. So, in my mind, what I'm expecting to see in this video is all of that will be tied in to their investigation. They're already setting up their narrative before they've even gone inside the house.
It's this one right here.
Where?
This one.
Oh, this one.
Crazy.
Isn't it trippy?
Like, I'm not a medium or psychic or anything, but as soon as you walk in here, you can feel that like energy in here.
Yeah, so AJ Brer that we had last night, he's a psychic medium. I don't know if you guys know of him. He just felt like really welcoming child energy from here, and he kind of thought it could be like Carol Ann, which is, Heather O'Rourke, who played her, who she passed away at 12 years old.
I heard footsteps.
So they hit the ground running. Oh, they're getting vibes. We know how this goes. Let's get this narrative going. And then immediately the woman is saying, oh, well, a psychic in here, and he sensed a little girl running around, so it could have been Heather O'Rourke. So first of all, it was a psychic and debunking community, so the guards are always up when psychics are mentioned, but leaping to the conclusion that even if there was something there, it's Heather O'Rourke crowbarring the film, that poor little girl, into the narrative. I mean, this is starting to look a little bit to me like Huff and Hope level, the ITC channels. Leave that child in peace. Before I get to the Heather O'Rourke section, just want to point out that there were 6 investigators in the property that night, and more devices than I've seen in a long, long time in one video.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh my god!
Good. Gotta start downstairs.
We're starting downstairs. Tell us, do you remember your name?
They're trying to scare us.
And I am pretty sure that there would be some devices that I've missed there. Just a little selection of what they had with them. So now we're on to the part that actually made me decide to actually look a little bit more into this video than just mentioning, woohoo, I was right, ghost hunters have finally hit the Poltergeist house. And this is kind of a double Estes method, because there's 2 of them with the headphones on, and I would say blindfold, but one of them it's a black veil, which I doubt is blocking everything out, but that's not what I'm talking about here. So you've got one downstairs, you've got one upstairs, you've got the rest in another room, and it's just more cacophony in the entire house while you're trying to figure out what's going on. But the reason I actually wanted to do this part for the video is that they are basically alluding to the fact that they are talking to Heather O'Rourke, who was the little girl who played Carol Ann in the Poltergeist movie, in the first 3 Poltergeist movies. Bear this in mind, guys, the first 3. She was 12 when she died, and bear that in mind as well, that she was 12 when she died. None of the people who are brought up, by the way, in the curse, in stories of the curse, actually died in the house. So just to clarify, the 5 cast members who died after the movie are as follows. So Dominique Dunn, who played the eldest daughter in the first Poltergeist film, was killed by her ex-boyfriend John Sweeney in 1982, months after the film's release. She was only 22 years old, and it occurred after a violent altercation outside her home, not in the Poltergeist house. Heather O'Rourke, who is going to be the subject of this Estes method, played Carol Ann. That's important. She is called in the movie Carol Ann, by the way. Remember that. She died at the age of 12 in 1988 due to complications from a misdiagnosed intestinal blockage. They initially thought she had the flu, but her condition worsened, and the poor girl passed away. Again, also bear in mind, she was 12 when she passed away. Julian Beck, who played the Reverend Henry Kane, who, not just out of the Poltergeist movies, but out of most horror movies, I think is one of the creepiest characters ever. He's a fantastic character. He's in the second one. The Poltergeist house that they're visiting wasn't the location for the second one at all. I know it's a long time ago, but so there's no spoilers. If you haven't seen the original Poltergeist, please go and watch it. It's an amazing movie. But also, there was no reason for it to be in the second one. Lou Perriman, although not a main character, played Pugsley in the original film, was killed in 2009 by a man on the run from the law. Okay? So none of them died in the house. Not all of them were even in the first movie. Will Sampson, who played Taylor, the Native American shaman from Poltergeist 2, he passed away due to post-operative kidney failure following a heart and lung transplant.
Are you a male or female?
Only me? I'm gonna respond off of it
And
because
she said, I'm here.
Uh-huh.
How many people are here with us?
5.
I think Jasmine.
Is there 5 spirits or 5 what?
This footage is going to bounce around between 3 different locations, and yes, it is going to get annoying.
Please.
Please.
Oh. Do you need help?
What?
Whoa.
That is
And she has
What can
shock
we do to
face
help?
for practically the entire Estes session.
I don't know.
Dude, there's no way she can hear.
Are you okay? What do you need help with?
I'm right here.
Where are you? Are you in the room with us?
I'm coming in.
There must be a manual somewhere that says that the way to handle what comes out of a spirit box or an Estes session is simply to repeat what's been said, shock face, like that explains everything.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Well, we're here to listen.
Listen. Carol.
Who's Carol?
Carol Ann.
Maybe.
Are you one of the...
Is it Heather?
Said, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Answer I ever heard. Oh yeah.
Yes, now confirmation of yes, as you said that.
So
Wait.
Heather, are you with us?
Did she just say playing here?
Something like that.
Ma.
So there we have Heather O'Rourke being brought into the investigation, apparently talking through an Estes session in a house that was used for a movie set. She didn't die until after the first 3 movies were made. She didn't die in the house. She wasn't called Carol in the movie, she was called Carol Ann. But this is nitpicking, isn't it? You know, they know because they were there. Interesting that of the 5 actors I've already mentioned, not to mention other cast and crew who have passed away since, who, you know, because the movie was made in 1982, so there's going to be more. And because the curse is associated with the house, nobody else is coming through. Just the poor little girl who died at 12 years old. She has to be the one that comes through. And also, interestingly, this is an Estes session. They're summoning spirits, apparently. And it's still, I checked, it is still very clearly written in the instructions in the house that you can't summon spirits. You can't hold seances or Ouija boards or anything like that. And yet here they are. Because, in my opinion, money talks. This is clearly being allowed. It couldn't not be. And it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. In all honesty, like pretty much everybody else, I don't like the ITC channels. I don't care if somebody's famous. It still doesn't respect the dead to be contacting them at any time, and it certainly isn't respectful to be contacting or trying to contact a 12-year-old girl. Now, admittedly, they haven't called out for Heather O'Rourke. She just happens to have come through on the Estes session. But I still feel, in my opinion, this is in bad taste. And so, not only am I saying, yes, it was going to happen, ghost hunters were going to emerge eventually, and they emerged very, very quickly. But this is another offshoot of how ridiculous a film set, or a house used as a film set, is to use as a place to investigate for ghosts.
I mean, she did film in this house for a long time.
Did you just say talk and then talk to me?
Yeah.
Or did you hear that?
I heard Jazzy
Talk
Fisher
to
said
me.
talk to me, and I heard talk.
This is mind-blowing session right now. Like, my mind is...
Friend.
We want to be your friend. Hi.
I heard Heather?
Heather.
Yeah.
But you kept saying Carol. Heather O'Rourke, the little girl who played.
Carol.
You kept saying Carol.
Like 3 times.
And we're like,
And we kept saying, are you here, Carol? Here. And you're like...
Releasing this tonight. I've been following the Poltergeist House
Oh,
because I've done 2 videos on the Poltergeist House because they've opened it up as a B&B and they've said no commercial filming. And then I kept saying they are absolutely going to. There's no way they won't be able to do it. Then the second video I did, 2 horror channels went in, not ghost investigators. They love the horror movies, so they went in from looking at it from a film perspective. And then last week, I thought I'm just gonna have a little look to see if any ghost hunters have hit it yet, and yes, they have.
Yep.
And I've looked at it, and frankly, it's disgusting because what they do. But
it's funny because.
But if they can go into Poltergeist House thinking it's haunted, it's a film set.
Yes.
It's a film set.
And you're right. I thought the same thing because I think when they announced the sale, one of my lives, Friday Night Lives, we talked about it and we went over the rules. We went through the website and went through the rules, and it was like, yeah, there's no commercial filming. Ghost hunters weren't going to be allowed to film. You're not allowed to film your investigation or whatever. And yeah, within a week, I was seeing video after video.
Yeah.
Video of like, what the hell? Like, did they realize they screwed up and they weren't going to make money unless people could film. You know, like
It
that's
has to be. It
Yeah,
has to
what's
be
the
because
point?
I checked the website last night, Kenny, because I'm about to put the video out. I thought I just want to see if they've actually changed their mind, and they haven't. The website still looks the same. It still says no commercial filming. You could, even if you're not filming, you're not supposed to raise any spirits because otherwise they'll charge you for a cleansing. It's still all there.
right.
And I've actually said in the video, well, either, you know, that, but this is quite a big channel, so it's not going to go under the radar.
Right.
And or they've paid them money, or I don't know. But it was like, come on, it's a film set, you know. It's not even a ancient building that's had all these stories with it.
Right. I mean, it's cool. I wouldn't mind staying there for a night. It would be interesting to be inside and, you know, recreate some of the scenes. Because I mean, as far as I know, only the kitchen is pretty much the same. They were
Yeah, a lot of it's different. Yeah.
A lot of the rest of it's different. And was on a Hollywood set rather than in there. But it would be cool to recreate some of the scenes, just because I'm a movie nerd, and that's about it. But yeah, it's a classic story of, we don't have to tell the truth. We can make shit up and just put it out there, and it'll take care of itself. It'll go viral itself, and people will just want to stay here, and they'll create the narrative. They will build and evolve the narrative so that we don't have to do anything, you know, except sit back and collect the paycheck.